Hello everybody and welcome to the 3D Chaos League for 2024. We have 3 events left in the season, and in the last event, Team Life yet again extended their championship lead now to 18 points. Midnight Crossers, the Blue Snakes, it's there in second and third, and only the top 10 still in championship contention at the moment. Today we have one of the most iconic events from the last season, the Endurance Battle. Rather than normal race-like events where you would see the fastest 2 marbles advance, this is a little different. This is the slowest 2 marbles advance, and you want to take your time in those funnels and in that half pipe and try and finish in the bottom 2. Finishing first and second is elimination. Fastest times aren't technically the worst. The slowest times are the best. We start with the Shy Shadows, the Golden Spiders, Frozen Fruits, and the Crystal Fish. Is the Crystal Fish. They're the first one down into the half-pipe section. Now, just because your marble is the first into the half-pipe section does not instantly mean that you are out. See, look at that contact there. The Golden Spiders, they shove the Crystal Fish aside, and the Shy Shadows might do it as well. They have. The Crystal Fish advance, despite being the first marble down to the bottom. Because of that very close-in gate, the Frozen Fruits, they're going to advance. They've had a great run of late to have the Frozen Fruits, but the Crystal Fish, a perfect example with their reserve member Trout of how to manage it at the bottom, manage your swaying, keeping it up, avoiding that small entrance, because the moment you cross that, it is over. Team Life, our championship leaders in this heat. The green guys, the Punkers, and the Mint Imperials. The Punkers, they're very quickly down. Green guys and Team Life join them. Oh, and the Mint Imperials, they shoved aside everyone else in the second funnel, went straight into the third. But who's the first one down? The green guys are the first one down, closely followed by Team Life. This could be a disaster for Team Life, and that is not great contact. The green guys have finished, and now everyone joins them. Who is going to be shoved aside? Team Life gets shoved aside by the Mint Imperials, who will take second, or in this case third, and Team Life gets saved and advances. And Perpy from the Punkers with a 28.3 will win. Team Life and the Punkers moving on. And I tell you what, the faces on the marbles... marbles don't really have faces. Well, maybe they do, we just can't see them. Anyway, all of the chasing championship contenders not too happy to see Team Life advance, because now they have to work even harder. We have the Neon Lights, the Laser Eyes, the Union of Fire, and the Snowy Mountains in this heat. And who is the first one down? It is the Neon Lights. Very quickly down. They are closely followed by the Laser Eyes, and the Union of Fire join them. It is a 3-way battle. The Laser Eyes get shoved into the center. They had a good rhythm going, but the Union of Fire said nope and shot them on through in a very quick and unfortunate time. Very unfortunate for Laser of the Laser Eyes there, but the Union of Fire do not benefit from that little moment there. I don't know if you call that a controversy. I've said that word too much in this season anyway. But look at that. Bam! Like a bullseye. And then the Union of Fire shoot on through again with the Neon Lights. They sorted that out excellently, that whole situation. And they will advance. Sub-Zeros, Midnight Crossers, Blue Snakes. All 3 chasing championship contenders are in this heat. The Blue Snakes, the Midnight Crossers, and the Sub-Zeros. But not all 3 of them can advance, so one of these teams, or at least possibly even 2 of them, is going to have a bit of heartbreak here. Who's it going to be? Who's the first one down? The Black Knights and the Sub-Zeros. Sub-Zeros are out. And so, I believe, are the Black Knights. The Midnight Crossers will live, and so will the Blue Snakes, with a fantastic time, might I add. What was that, 37 seconds? Yes, 36 and a half seconds for the reserve member of the Blue Snakes. Best time we have seen so far. But the captain of the Sub-Zeros ruining that. After their gold medal in the last event, they thought they were about to challenge Team Life for that championship lead. But it all comes undone. 9th through 16th, that is decided. The Mint Imperials, with their reserve member, best of the rest, down to the Golden Spiders, will be getting this goose egg. Crystal Fish, Frozen Fruits, Punkers, and Team Life in this one. The Midnight Crosses and the Blue Snakes praying for Team Life not to advance here for that championship contention, and it's not looking good for Team Life, but they get contact with the Frozen Fruits. And the Crystal Fish join them too. Everyone is joining Team Life. They managed to hold themselves in that final funnel very well, and they might even come out last, or in this case first because of it. We have contact down the bottom. The Frozen Fruits have finished, and the Crystal Fish is stopped. What a strategy there for the Crystal Fish. It does not help them, and Team Life advances to the final. This is looking very difficult for the Blue Snakes and the Midnight Crossers, but the Crystal Fish, Trout, had a very interesting strategy here. Instead of swaying back and forth to try and keep your momentum, they just dead stopped. Fantastic strategy, but the Punkers and Team Life, they saw that coming. They said, no siree. No underhanded tactics on our watch. As we head into semifinal 2, the Neon Lights, the Snowy Mountains, the Blue Snakes, and the Midnight Crossers. The two most important marbles in this heat. And they have a good start. Both of them are in first and second, but poor contact in the final funnel for the Midnight Crossers. And they do not bullseye the ending. It is possible to do that. For the Midnight Crossers, they need some contact. It's not going to happen. The Midnight Crossers are out in the semifinal. The Blue Snakes, as I say, they bullseye the ending. They were in first. They knew they had advanced. They didn't really need to. But the Midnight Crossers, they're going to lose out yet again to Team Life. Their start of the season was so good, went so well for them, but it is falling apart. They are watching their championship aspirations go up in flames. Of course, they're not gone quite yet, but with every event that they lose to Team Life, their miracle needs to be bigger and bigger. The Blue Snakes, however, they are here. The most important two teams, Team Life and the Blue Snakes. And then the Punkers and the Neon Lights. They've obviously done very well to get here into this final. And it is our two championship contenders that are in first and second at the moment. And look at that. The Neon Lights and the Punkers already down the bottom. Neon Lights will miss out on the medals. The Punkers will get their second bronze medal of these games. Team Life fall down in second, but we've seen them be a master of the swaying tactic. The Blue Snakes, they comfortably avoid Team Life, and Team Life has no answer for that. The Blue Snakes will claim gold in the endurance battle. Look at this time from the Blue Snakes. That is almost 40 seconds for the Blue Snakes. And might I add, that is the reserve member. A 39.4. Easily the best time of the event in the final for Conda of the Blue Snakes. And they are the only team that will be advancing or getting ever so closer to Team Life in the overall standings. Team Life, they will get the silver, and that will mean Blue Snakes only get 5 points on them. But hey, 5 points, certainly better than nothing, and certainly better what the Midnight Crossers and the Sub-Zeros are getting. The Punkers get that bronze. Neon Lights, bit of a disaster for them in that final, but 12 points, they're not going to scoff at that. Congratulations to our podium finishers. Team Life, they want this championship, and it is so clear to see. Punkers, they're very happy on that bronze position. Only their second medal of these games. But the Blue Snakes, they will jump ahead of the Midnight Crossers. The Midnight Crossers fall in the standings. The Blue Snakes are 14 points behind Team Life. And only the top 5 are still in championship contention. The next event is ice hockey. We'll see you then.